To rectify that situation, I started going to faculty development workshops, and I didn't revamp my classes all at one time. I started making little changes over time. Every time I taught the class, I would make a few little changes in each lecture, and it's made a big difference over time. The other thing I've done is try to increase more active learning in my classes. So rather than just spending an hour and a half talking at my students, I break up those lectures with some active learning activities where they're participating in their own learning. So I think of it as I can give them material to learn, but they have to do the learning on their own.
And also, I tailor some of the assignments based on their responses. You know, if there's something that doesn't fit in the rubric, then you just have to do it again. And the things they have the chance to do it again, I allow my students to submit their stuff all throughout the semester. There's no hard deadlines. They have a deadline on the assignment of like the week, so it'll show up on their to-do list. But I don't grade them late, or, you know, because to me it's more important that they finish the assignment. But I'd much rather my student go through the material. They're gonna walk away with something, as opposed to week 2, week 3, shoot, I'm behind, shoot, I'm behind, shoot, I'm behind, shoot, I'm behind, and I just completely give up on the course. And so if there's that idea that I can get back to it, I can get back to it, at least there's like a little bit of hope.
But when we introduced the syllabus at the beginning of the semester, what I've started to do is, you know, that page where you write down all the resources on campus. I put in links so that everyone knows where to go and things like that. And I usually just say, these are the resources on campus. If you have any questions about them, come to me. What I've done a little bit differently since the program, and also in light of all the things that are going on in the world, is I take some time during the introduction of the syllabus in that page specifically to ask the students and engage with them around, do you even know that these places exist, right? Who has had any services, if you don't mind, you know, sharing, right? They are a part of a community, and the community has resources for them so that they can succeed. So that's something really, you know, really direct that I've done differently.
I've also been working on creating what FactDev will teach you about with respect to what we call transparent assignments, where you very clearly lay out what the expectations for that assignment are, and work hard on creating your questions so that the questions are clear and the expectations are always made clear to the students.
So the first thing I did, and I went through all of my syllabi and I changed the language. I thought that's the first thing they're going to read. This is what they're going to come back to. That language really needs to be welcoming. And I also went through and I changed my attendance policies and my late work policies. I send a message for students who aren't passing or who are D and below and say, hey, you know, you're missing some things, you still have time to turn it around. How can I help? What's going on?
So when I saw all the programs, the Equity Data Dashboard Program, ITTL, and so forth, I kind of participated in a bunch of summer programs in 2022. And that was like the time for me to really start adjusting my syllabus, saying, okay, what can I do to demystify the syllabus or making it more equitable?
Between spring and summer, I really thought long and hard about how can I change the weighting of the assessments in my course to give students a wider range of opportunities to show me what they're understanding about the content that I'm teaching.